Hey, this is from another Mr. Your girl Tayannaa with another Black Girl production. That's not even how my intro go, but let's just get into the video. Today I want to give you guys some tips on how to start your own weight loss journey, because as you guys can see, I've been going through this thing for quite a few months now, and I just want to share some tips with you guys because it's a struggle, and getting motivated enough to push yourself to that first point, that first step to deciding that you want to start your own journey, it really takes a lot. And it's not easy at all, so I'm going to share some tips so I can make it easier for you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I just threw this jacket on the video, so don't judge me, sis, don't judge me. But if this is your first time seeing my face on your screen and you want to be my sister from another mister, make sure you hit that subscribe button, sis. But let's get into the video. Okay, so the very first step for starting your own weight loss journey is what I like to call self-evaluation. You want to evaluate everything that you're doing right now, everything that you're eating, how active you are in your life, and you just want to write those things down. When I first started, I wasn't aware of how many calories I was eating. I wasn't tracking everything down, and I was just eating just to eat whenever I felt hungry or whenever I wanted to eat. And of course, most of the snacks I was eating, most of the meals I was eating throughout the day were unnecessary. So what I did, I started writing everything down. I started writing all the food I was eating, and of course at first it was messy. I was eating all over the place, different times, and I just decided that I wanted to stop. I didn't want to eat like that anymore. But that was the very first thing I did. I self-evaluated everything I was eating, why I'm not exercising when I really could put in 1 hour, 2 hours throughout the day just to exercise and just to give my body that attention that it needs so that I could start losing weight. When you write out everything you're doing, you could use that to see what you're doing wrong, and you could use that to change what you're doing so that you could start losing weight and so that you could just create a plan. My second step is what I like to call extermination. Extermination basically means to take out all the foods that you know you do not need out of your house, out of your diet. Just take them out, just exterminate them. It's different because it depends on the person. If you know that there's a food that you love to indulge in all the time and it's the main reason why you can't lose weight, that's the food you need to get rid of. Some people, that's snacks, that's chips, or that's cookies or cakes and stuff like that, and they don't know how to eat that stuff in moderation. If you don't know how to eat something in moderation, it needs to get out your house. For me, it was bread and pasta. I love bread, I love pasta, I love all types of cookies and cakes. I spent 4 years in a bakery during my high school career, or whatever you want to call it, and I was just eating that stuff all the time, and I didn't know how to eat it in moderation because I was eating it so much. Those were the main food items that I had to cut out of my diet and I had to stop eating. Like I said, it depends on the person. Maybe you could eat bread or maybe you could eat pasta, but in a small portion or in moderation. But if there's a food that you know you can't have because you're just gonna, Chips Ahoy cookies. I used to love Chips Ahoy cookies. I could eat all the rows in one day, one sitting. That's just how I was. I would go to my grandmother's house and she would take us to the dollar store and buy us some snacks and stuff like that, and I always get me a tray of cookies, and I kid you not, I'll eat the whole tray in one night. So stuff like that I knew I couldn't have. I had to exterminate those from my diet, from my house. I couldn't buy those things anymore. So you have to just keep them at a distance. You have to keep those foods at a distance, because if it's in front of you, you're most likely going to eat it. You're most likely going to cheat on your diet, and it's going to be really hard for you to lose the weight as fast as you want to. So just exterminate those foods out of your life, out of your system, because you don't need them, sis. The third step you want to do is you want to create a plan. You want to create a master plan. You want to take notes. You want to research. You want to find things that's really going to help you lose weight. What are you really going to stick to? Because like I said, it's a different process. It's a different journey for everybody. Some people may not be able to do certain workouts, or may not be able to exercise at certain times or so many times during the week. Some people may not be able to stick to a very strict diet. So it depends on what works for you, because when you find what works for you, that's what's going to help you be consistent. You don't want to go too hard on yourself. You don't want to choose a very strict diet if you're not going to stick to it, because if it's too strict and you really can't do it, you're going to just fall back into your old ways, your old habits, and it's not going to help you lose weight. You're just going to keep putting on weight. Trust me, I know this from experience. There were plenty of times before I tried to follow a very strict diet. I just tried to cancel everything out that was bad, and I wouldn't allow myself to cheat, and I would just binge eat. Actually have worse scenarios with binge eating. I don't even know if I ever mentioned this on my channel, but in high school, I would not eat at school. I would not eat breakfast. I would not eat lunch. When I woke up in the morning, I would wake up bright and early just to do my makeup, just to do my hair, and I would not put nothing in my mouth. I would just go to school. When lunchtime came around, I didn't even go to lunch most of the times. My senior year, I actually went to the library to get some work done because at the time I didn't have a computer at home. And when I came home, I would just eat whatever. I'll eat junk. I'll eat a sandwich or some chips. I eat some cookies. I eat some Twinkies. I was just not eating healthy at all. On top of not eating healthy, I was unintentionally starving myself throughout the day and then just coming home to eat whatever. And that's what made me gain weight too, because it was like, even before my senior year, I would always not eat in the morning, maybe eat something for lunch, and then come home and just binge eat like crazy. So of course that led to my weight gain. So when I made my master plan for my weight loss journey, I knew I had to eat in the morning, because when you eat breakfast, it makes you less hungry throughout the day. So I eat breakfast at 11 o'clock because I practice intermittent fasting. I eat breakfast, I eat lunch around 3 or 4, and then I eat dinner around 7. I had to make this plan because that's what ended up helping me to make sure that I'm not overeating, to make sure I control what hours I'm eating. And that's just a part of my plan. I knew I had a juice and soda problem. I was always drinking juice and soda, so I decided to take those things out. Some days I do allow myself to drink some juice or some coffee or maybe a cup of soda or some ginger ale. But I know my limits. I know I can't have too much, and I know I can't do it every day, because once I start doing it every day, it becomes a problem for me, and it's just gonna counter my weight loss. I knew I couldn't have bread. I knew I can't have pasta. I knew to stay away from the rice, because I promise you, sis, I could eat plates and plates of rice. I could just fill up on rice. Like, I don't even need a whole meal. I could just eat rice, or I could just eat pasta. And I knew I had to slow down on that, especially bread. I love bread. I actually had a piece of bread last night, and I just love bread. I don't know what it is. I don't know what staying in that bakery for 4 years has done to me, but it's just something about bread. And it's like, I don't even need to go out and buy bread. I know how to make it. So me canceling out bread was really a hard thing. It was really hard. But even though I still have it from time to time, I don't have it every day like how I used to. But I knew all the things I had to just cancel out. They just had to go, because when you take those things out, those foods that you know aren't the best for you, it's just like you're free of like feeling bonded to food. Once you feel free of like feeling bonded to food, feeling like you need to have a certain food, that's when you have self-control. That's when you can control what you're eating and how much you're eating. Once you create that plan, if you're going to do intermittent fasting and what foods you're going to eat the most, you're going to start practicing that plan. You want to carry it out every day, even if you do slip up, because sis, there's some times where you're going to slip up. There's some times, and it's not really slipping up, it's just giving in or indulging into a food that you know you shouldn't have, or skipping a workout day or something like that. When you do have those moments, you have to carry out the next day and go 10 times harder. You have to carry out the next day as if it never happened, because if you carry that guilt or something like that, or if you get depressed about it, it's just going to make you sad. You're going to lose energy. You're going to be stressed out, and it's not going to help you. Being stressed out on this is not going to help you. Being stressed out is just going to give you a lack of energy. It's going to make you stressy, and it's just not good for a weight loss journey. Trust me, I know. There are a few times I was stressed out, like a common movie scenario, you know, eating out a bucket of ice cream, watching sad movies or something like that. There were some times I did that, and if you do have moments like that, like I said, carry out the next day as if it never happened. Carry out the next day and just go hard. Work harder on your workout and eat foods that you know are going to benefit your body. Even when you do have moments where you're inconsistent, you want to still stick to that same plan. You want to stick to that plan that you know is going to work for you, that you know you can carry out, and that you know is going to take you directly to your weight loss. And my final step is to find accountability. You want to find someone or something that could really track you down. So make sure that you're sticking to your journey. For me, I used YouTube for that. I used Instagram for that. I let people know I was trying to lose weight. I let my family know that I was trying to lose weight. It could be your family, it could be a friend, it could be a personal trainer. That's a good one. Or I use MyFitnessPal as an app where I track all my food and my workouts. You just have to find someone or something that could really be on you. Like I said, there's moments you could be stressed out, you could be depressed, you could feel like you just want to give up. But if you have like at least one person to just talk to you during those times, to tell you that you're going to get through it and that you're strong enough, because sis, you are strong enough to do this. You just have to find someone that could always pick you up when you fall. And if you don't find someone, at least count on yourself. You have to love yourself throughout this whole entire journey. You have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is key. That's how you could be consistent, if you just believe in yourself. You have to know that it is a challenge, but it doesn't have to be a hard challenge all the time. When you believe in yourself, when you love yourself, when you make it something positive, it could be easy as 1, 2, 3. Of course, there's going to be moments where you don't feel like that, but once you regain that strength and you start loving yourself again and you start doing all your workouts and eating right, it's going to become easier. It's going to feel easier. It's going to be truly something that you want to do, something that you want to happen in your life, and you're just going to feel better about it. Weight loss is something that a lot of people want at some moment in their lifetime. Maybe you don't want it now, but maybe you're gonna want it another point in your life, or maybe you wanted it before you already achieved it. You know, it's nothing you should be embarrassed about. It's nothing you should feel bad about. Nobody should make you feel bad about being the weight that you're at. Nobody should make fun of you for wanting to lose weight. Honestly, it's something that is personal. It's something that a lot of people want. You know, there's gonna be people around you who may look down on you for wanting to lose weight. There's going to be people around you who may get jealous or something like that. And honestly, you just have to ignore the negative energy. You have to keep that out, because as soon as you let negative comments, negative energy seep into your mind, that's when you just lose hope, or you start doubting yourself, and you don't want to doubt yourself. You want to believe in yourself every step of the way. Just ignore all the negative energy. I'm telling you, it could be the ones closer to you that will look down upon you. You know, a lot of people say that their family like looks at them different, especially if you're like in a black family like me. They may look at you different for not eating soul food or something like that. They may look at you different for just wanting to be skinny or something like that, or wanting to be thinner. And you just have to ignore that, sis. Like, I personally didn't have like experience with that. I mean, my mom, she did want me to eat a lot of her food like during my journey, and some of the things she did cook I couldn't eat. But you know, other people will be really hard on you, and you can't let that negative energy in, sis. Like, you just have to let it all go. You have to just, as soon as it comes at you, just release it automatically. Don't even let those thoughts slip into your mind. The biggest thing I have to say, and I said it 10 times already, but I'm gonna say it again, is believe in yourself, because you can do it. You know, when I first started, I thought it's something I could never do, and I thought it's something that was like extremely hard and impossible, but it's not. Like, as long as you put in that work, sis, as long as you're dedicated and you're consistent, you can really do it. And when you finally lose the weight, you're just gonna look back and see how strong you are. You're gonna look back and see how far you've come, and just be proud of what you've done, and it's just gonna be like the happiest moment. I still haven't really gotten there yet, but trust me, sis, I'm trusting and believing that I will get there, and I believe in myself, and I believe in you guys too. So I hope that you guys really take in these tips. I hope you guys follow these steps, and I thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like button for me, sis, and if you haven't subscribed already, sis, what is you doing? But I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.
New day, new money to be made, new things for them to imitate. Black Barbie.